What's up, guys? Stream all going good? I think it's going good. Bingo, bango, bongo. Here we go. So, in today's stream, we are just going to be playing some Cold War zombies, talking about Vanguard, talking about different stuff. You know, just hanging out and stuff. So, starting today, you know, it's Halloween night. Freaking awesome. Whoa, that was a loud noise. I'm going to try and start streaming every single night now. So I'm going to stream tonight, and basically so on into Vanguard. So I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a build up into it, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. So here we go. Figure we can just play. I'm just gonna kind of go for some challenges, maybe some weapons and such. You know, nothing really too important tonight. I figure maybe tomorrow night we can hop into some Warzone. And we can finish up the haunting challenges for Warzone, you know, and do the whole other section. Or, actually, I think tomorrow is when Onslaught is coming to Xbox and PC, so we could try that out as well. Try out some Onslaught or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. But, yeah. So, what is the challenges I had to do? I had to do Napalm Strike ones. Okay. Alright, well, easy enough. I'm going to start that out with some D-Machine ones. And might as well start out with a knife a little bit. I need like, 164 kills with this. Not too bad. Yeah. So, alright, boys. Let's get it. How's everybody doing tonight? I would have streamed earlier, but had a bunch of other stuff going on. I forget, dude, I wanted to stream last night too, but oh my goodness, it was a whole thing. I jacked up my ankle. Yeah, it's nasty.
You've got a green light,
get
strike
bruise
team.
on the side. Pretty sure I like
You have your orders, strike team. Investigate the site. Contain the threat.
Don't really need to be doing anything on it right now when I'm playing video games. Yeah, so what do I got for challenges? I think I just need to get, I need to revive myself with self-revive, and then I also need to do what? Oh, it was like Aether Shroud and then a Napalm Strike.
Let's
So.
get to it then.
Okay.
This place
Cool
is the cause of the
beans.
outbreaks we're encountering.
So I'm actually playing
Better get
on
inside
my
and solve this
other
case.
account. This is not my personal account. This is the account that I've been using every single year to try to get first in the world to the max rank and stuff. So that's also something I want to talk about in this, is talking about Vanguard. So every year, starting with, say, Black Ops 4, myself and some friends, we have tried to be the first people in the world to reach the max rank in every single new Call of Duty game, and so far we've accomplished that. We did that with Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, and then last year did it again with Cold War, which is really exciting. And so, of course, you know, we're trying to do that again this year with Vanguard. Well, Sledgehammer came out with some interesting information about Vanguard. They said that there's only going to be 55 levels. What are they calling those? Like the enlisted ranks and stuff. So, like, let me see if I can bring it up on another tab real quick. I can read this to you guys. So it's kind of whack, to be honest with you. Let's see. Let me find it. They did a whole blog post about it. And they said the seasonal prestiges are returning, so it's like, okay, that's, I don't know, it's not that great. Honestly, I'm not that thrilled about the whole system. I honestly, I don't know why we can't just go back to normal prestiges and such, like, pretty whack. Also, pre-loads have begun for consoles, and it will start on Tuesday for PC, so I'll have videos about all that stuff coming up on the channel. You know, as we move into this week, we're going to be posting a bunch of videos, streaming every night, and just trying to get a lot of content up for Vanguard, letting you guys know kind of the real deal of all this different stuff, letting you guys know how everything's going, and so on. So, alright. Let's see here. So they gave kind of a schedule for this stuff. December 2nd is when Season 1 begins of it. Cool. And, okay, we talk about campaigns, zombies, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. When do they talk about ranks? Something. Weapons. No two weapons. Share the same selection of attachment options. Interesting. Cool. Progression. Alright, here we go. This is what I want to read to you guys. So they say, progression, a love letter to elite players with new XP systems and tons of challenges. They say, Gold Camo Grinders, Prestige Warriors, or leaders of the currently frozen regiment system. Listen up. Vanguard, Multiplayer, and Zombies, as well as Warzone following Season 1, is here to reward you for personal progress. The best of the best can expect to be decked out in gold, and then some, from their operator to their fully loaded 10-attachment weapon. For those who play the game day in, day out, this is a taste of the experience you can gain from challenges that Sledgehammer Games put together. The Ranking Experience System. 55 enlisted ranks to unlock all loadout items. Seasonal Prestige System to return. So it sounds like at launch there's just levels 1 through 55. Weapon progression. Weapon XP unlocks attachments and camo challenges. Use attachments, yada yada yada. New operator XP, leveling and rewards. All 12 operators at launch and others to come can be leveled up to unlock new skins, including special gold attire. Yep, interesting. Clans, play with friends, get rewarded. Replacing regiments, clans invite friends to play together and unlock exclusive rewards by earning clan XP. So, yeah, the main thing I wanted to focus on there was 55 enlisted ranks to unlock all loadout items, seasonal prestige system to return. So to me, and everybody that I've seen, everyone's like, wait, so there's just 55 levels when the game launches? It's literally just levels 1 through 55. There's not even levels beyond that? Like, at least with Treyarch's system for this game, for Cold War, they at least explained, okay, so we got enlisted ranks, you got 1 through 55, and then you can go from 55 to, jeez, what was it? Actually, I'm sorry, I keep pausing and stuff, guys, but let me check. What was it? Because I streamed it last year, so I should know, huh? Let me go onto the channel, and we can take a look. It actually wasn't that far ago. Wow, dude, I have not streamed this year. I am sorry. I hope to change things up this year with Vanguard, as well as Halo Infinite and such, but alright, here we go. Looks like it was just level 100, really? Was that it? So we went from levels 1 through 55, and then, wait, how did that work? 1 through 55, and then back to level 1? I don't remember exactly, but I know there was 100 levels. So, kind of an interesting system, but hey, at least it gave us something to grind for. It sounded like, what, we had like 155 levels upon Cold War's release. So, that's not too bad, I guess. I mean, it still took us like 2 days, maybe 3 days, something like that. Like, it took us a little bit to get there. But, yeah. So, I mean, that system honestly sucked. I didn't like that. To be honest, I liked it better than Modern Warfare system, where Modern Warfare had 155 levels, and that was it. So, you did 1 through 55, or was it 100? Was it 155, or was it 150? Something like that. But, yeah, there was no prestiging, you literally just ranked up to 55, you unlocked all your weapons, and then you unlocked further. It was like, okay, and then every single season, your rank reset back down to 55, and then after it reset back down to rank 55, you'd have to rank up again in the season, which I hate that whole system. That whole system just sucks. Because why should I play if my rank is going to get reset, honestly? Like, there is no benefit for me at all, and it just really makes no sense. It's like, why would I put in all the effort in one season, put in friggin', I don't know, 400 hours of game time just to see that level go up, and then all of a sudden see that level go boop, all the way back down as soon as you friggin', a certain date comes, which is like, what, like every 55 days or something like that? So it's like, well, there's really no incentive to do that. Like, yeah, sure, at least in Cold War, you got a new prestige, so you got a new, like, prestige emblem, you got, like, if you got to prestige master in each season, you got, like, a ribbon, and so it's like, okay, you could kind of show it off, but really that didn't mean anything. You got no new rewards or anything. There was no real purpose. Because, like, you could grind out one season and get all the way up to level 1000, and then the next season not even play, and it does not matter. So it's like, why do we have a system that rewards you know, you like so little when, you know, honestly, like I said, you could just straight up, you could grind your heart out in one season, and then, hey, something maybe came up. Maybe, you know, you did that season over the summer, and then, you know, you got school again, you got to go to classes, and so then you can't play again in the next season very much. So it's like, okay, then in that next season, it just looks like you don't play the game. You know, there's no actual real reward for getting all the way to level 1000. Yeah, like, sure, you get prestige keys, and those can unlock, like, certain weapon blueprints, but honestly, like, I hardly played this game this year, and on my personal account, I have all those weapon blueprints unlocked on that account from the prestige keys just by playing it, you know, on occasion. Okay, then you got calling cards. You still can't unlock every calling card. Even if you got to level 1000 in every single season, you would not get enough prestige keys to unlock every single calling card. So that sucks, and emblem and all that stuff. Can't do that. There's no real way to show off, like, hey, I got to 1000 in each season. No way to do that. The only way you can show off that you know, did something is with that ribbon. It's like, oh, this person got to Prestige Master in each season, so only to 200. There's no benefit of getting to 1000. I don't know. I like the system way better than they had before. All the way up until Black Ops 4. I don't know why they decided to change it. It just sucks now. Like, it really sucks. There's no real purpose. Like, you play at launch and you get the initial 55 levels. Okay, great. And then you play for like an additional day or two, and then wow, it's okay, now I got to the max rank in the game. Okay, now I gotta wait for the first season to come out, and then I can get all the way up to 1000. But then, like I said, there's no point in even going for 1000 because it resets every season. So it just, dude, it's something that seriously bugs me so much. I hate this new system so much. It does not need to reset like this. It seriously does not need to reset. And for some reason, Vanguard system is even worse than both Modern Warfare's and Cold War's. Where it sounds like we just literally have 55 levels and that is it. So you have, what, essentially until like December 2nd? So you have like just barely under a month. You got what, like 30 days or something like that, or 29 days to get to 55 levels before Season 1 comes out? How hard is that? Like, you could play the game for like 20 hours and get there. So what's the point, you know? Whatever happened to the grind? And I'm not talking about, yeah, there's a grind. There's probably more so of a grind in Cold War than there's ever been, you know, more so than any other Call of Duty, because now you have 1000 levels per season. But with no rewards, no real reason, like, why would you grind to level 1000 in every season when the rank just resets? Honestly, I think the easiest system, if they want to keep seasonal things, that's fine. Honestly, I kind of encourage a seasonal system. You know, it keeps the players coming back, but I think they need to completely change the way they do it. They need to have a seasonal system where instead of resetting your rank, you just add ranks. That's the best way. It's even been done before. With Modern Warfare 3, they added prestiges. Well, I think they started out by like adding 5 prestiges, then another 5 or something like that, and then they added 10. So they added prestiges in that game. Or I think they just added 5 and then added another 5. Advanced Warfare added, what? They doubled the prestiges. There was, what, 15 prestiges when that game came out? I reached Prestige Master before the end of the year, and then I think it was about March of that next year, so about March of 2015, they introduced the Grand Master prestiges. So they took you from level Prestige 15 all the way up to Prestige 30, so it was the exact same emblems, just like in gold, which is pretty cool, you know? It's like, okay, gives you something more to grind for. For all those people who had already reached Prestige Master, hey, now you can come back and play Advanced Warfare, and you can come back and you can rank up even further. Your rank didn't get reset. Now you just have additional ranks you can go through if you so choose. And that game actually had a decent amount of like cool rewards for each single one of those Grandmaster prestiges and stuff. I actually had like a good amount of stuff. You had those like really cool purple armor. There's a bunch of cool stuff in that one. So then after that, what do we have? We had Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 had your traditional 10 prestiges, like 55 levels. Alright, bam, you got all the way up to Prestige Master. Sure enough, sometime later, they added 1000 levels. That was the first time we ever got 1000 levels in a Call of Duty game, was in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 also had a separate rank up system for zombies. I disagree with that. I think it should, I do like Cold War system where it's all connected. Your zombies progress, your multiplayer progress, all those progress is connected. I do really like that, and so that's something I hope that continues. But yeah, we had 1,000 levels, so it gave you, you know, you got all the way up to Prestige Master. It's like, all right, cool, now I can go all the way up to 1,000. Really gave you something to kind of strive for. And it was like, hey, like that's cool. This person got all the way up to 1,000. Dang, they must really like this game, or they have no life. You know, there's definitely that side of it too. But still pretty cool. Down to what? Black Ops 3, we had Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare had what? I think it just had like 10 prestiges, and then they actually added a crap ton of prestiges as that game went out. Okay, cool enough. Modern Warfare Remastered also came out that same year. We had the same 10 prestiges that we had from the original COD 4. And then what? They ended up adding prestiges in later, I believe. What? Like, I swear they did, right? They added prestiges in later, or was the prestige? It might have been the prestiges from the get-go, right? Wasn't it like 20? I think it was like, wasn't that it? It was like 20 prestiges. And then what? 20 prestiges, and then there was 1,000 levels in that game. Wait, I am getting Napalm Strike, right? Yep, okay. But yeah, it was honestly kind of fascinating. It was like, okay, cool. And then we went to World War II. World War II just went straight 10 prestiges, like 55 levels per prestige. And then you had 1,000 levels. Okay, cool system, you know? Actually was like really decently easy to rank up in that game. Good system, liked it. And then we had, after that, we had Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4. You had 1,000 levels, well, from the get-go. You had 1,000 levels as soon as that game launched. So you had your 10 prestiges, and then, you know, 55 levels per prestige. But then you could immediately go into 1,000 levels. You know, you didn't have to do that traditional thing that they did with, like, Black Ops 3, or I think even World War II, where they waited for that one. Where those ones, you know, you had a Prestige Master at launch, but then it was like a little while later they added the 1,000 levels. No, from Black Ops 4, it was literally from day one. They had 1,000 levels in the game. So you could literally go from level 1, Prestige 0, all the way up to Prestige 10, level 55, all the way up to Prestige 10, level 1,000. So there was quite a few levels in that game. It actually made for a really good grind, and I mean, I know my friends and I, we just went for Prestige Master. That was our goal. And we were able to get that, like, first on Xbox in the world, which is really awesome, really exciting, really proud of that. But I know, I think it was like Doom Clan, they went for level 1,000 right off the bat. They, you know, they hit Prestige Master, and then they went for Prestige Master level 1,000. I think it took them like 2.5, like 3 weeks, something like that. Like, it took them a freaking minute to get there, but they did it. They were first in the world to do that, and that was freaking incredible. And of course, you also had that exact same rank up system in Zombies. You had 10 prestiges in Zombies and then 1,000 levels, just like Black Ops 3. There was also a separate rank up system in multiplayer, so you had to rank up separately. All your prestiges were different. It was still alright, but honestly, like I said, I went for a Cold War system where right now I'm ranking up my progress in Cold War Zombies, Cold War Multiplayer, Warzone, and Modern Warfare, as well as, like, what, Modern Warfare Spec Ops. Like, all of this is connected. I do like that. Although I do also kind of disagree with this. I don't know if we necessarily need the same XP system in, what, 3 Call of Duty games? 4 if you count Warzone now? Like, do we really need the same XP system in it? And especially, too, because it's also irritating. I know this is especially irritating for people who did get to level 1,000 here in Cold War, is that when Season 1 starts in Vanguard, all of your progress in Cold War gets wiped. Which, it seems kind of obvious, like, okay, you know, we should have expected that, but if you think about that, well then, what the heck was the point of grinding anything in this game? I mean, like I said, it makes sense because the same exact thing happened with Modern Warfare. As soon as the integration between Cold War and Warzone and Modern Warfare happened, all your progress in Modern Warfare got wiped, and you started out at, you know, like level 1 or whatever, and your progress in that game was essentially your progress from Cold War. So, I don't know, I mean, people in the community were definitely very upset that it seems like after Cold War came out, Modern Warfare got completely shafted, and in a lot of ways kind of got ruined, where they stopped releasing like any content for it. Everything was just Warzone, Cold War, Warzone, Cold War. You know, and they honestly, they did not care one bit about Modern Warfare. And that, I guarantee you that's going to be the same thing that happens to Cold War. Because Cold War is going to get the shaft. They're not going to care about Cold War. They're going to stop putting out updates. And the game's going to have a bunch of glitches still that are probably never going to get fixed. And now all of our ranks and stuff in Cold War are going to be dependent on Vanguard. So it's like, do we really need the same XP system in all these games? I don't think so. I mean, I understand why they would want Warzone to carry over. I do like it that Warzone carries over. I think Warzone should be connected to whatever the newest game is. So if you rank up in Vanguard, you should be able to rank up in Warzone. But I don't think it should still hold back Cold War and Modern Warfare. I think after the year is up for these games, I think they should let them go and leave them on their own XP system. I don't know why we have to keep dragging them through. Seems like Modern Warfare is going to be dragged through this again too. So now, as soon as Vanguard comes out, so on Friday or whatever, or actually no, Season 1, so in December, now you're going to be able to start playing Modern Warfare and ranking up your Vanguard levels. Which it's like, really? This game came out 2 years ago and now I'm ranking up more? Like, what? It's an alright system, it works out in theory, but in practice, it just sucks. It straight up sucks. There's no incentive to grind anymore, there's no rewards for doing it, and I honestly don't know. Like, I've heard a lot of theories going around of why people speculate about this. Some people say, oh, it's because of the new players, because it's intimidating for new players to have like all these prestiges and prestige masters and stuff. I've also heard people say, oh, it's to keep people from coming back every season. You know, you want to keep your players engaged, and so every single season, you know, they want to reset your progress and have you come back and re-unlock stuff. It's because of that. And I'm like, is it though? Is it so you have to come back? Like, to me, I didn't want to come back because I knew my levels were going to get reset. I'm like, well, what's the point in coming back? I'm just going to have to do the same thing again. You know, I don't have some collective, consecutive goal that I continue to progress on. So, I don't know. That was kind of a big tangent there. Basically, my whole thing is, my suggestion is that I think we need to have, you know, you need to leave the old games alone. As soon as the year is up for those games, you need to leave them alone, not drag them into the new game and changing all the system and battle pass progression. No, don't worry about any of that. Just leave the old games, let them be. But I do think like seasonal prestiges is a good thing. I just don't think your level should be reset along the way. You need to just add new prestiges. Cold War got so close with this. They added new prestiges every single season, which was great. You know, we're on like what, prestige 27 now or something in Cold War? That's fantastic. But your progress gets reset every single season. So it's like, oh, okay, so I got to Prestige Master, alright, then I'm back down to level 1. You know, if they would have had 1,000 levels every season, great. But don't reset my levels every season. So what do we have, like 6 seasons? 5 seasons? 6? I think we're on season 6, right? So we should have had, like, what, 6,000 something levels? You know, I think it should be collective like that. You add 1,000 levels every single season. Great. You know, you get those like super hardcore fans something to grind for every season, something to continue to progress on. That would have been fantastic. But instead they didn't do that. And instead they were like, oh, we're just going to reset it. So it's just dumb. But the point I'm trying to make here, anyways, long story short, is that it sounds like Vanguard at launch will only have 55 levels. You know how fast those 55 levels are going to go? Especially because there's double XP, there's double if you get Dew or Doritos.
Doctor, do you know what this is?
And they also talked about this in a blog post a little while ago. They said that your XP tokens from Cold War will immediately transfer into Vanguard. So if you have like an hour of double XP in Cold War right now, do not use it. Instead, save it for when Vanguard releases, and you can use it immediately in Vanguard. Like, how easy is that? Which, I'm like, hey, that's a cool system, you know, makes sense. I would have loved for my XP tokens that I never used in Modern Warfare, because I never played that game. I would have loved all those things, all that money I spent on Doritos and stuff back in 2019. All those tokens, I would have loved for all those tokens to transfer over into Cold War. Too bad they didn't. They're in their separate game, but they finally learned their lesson. Now, any tokens and stuff you've earned in Cold War will now transfer into Vanguard. I'm like, okay, great. That sounds like an awesome system. Except there's only 55 levels. So how long do you think it's actually going to take you to get 55 levels in Vanguard with double XP the whole time? Like, honestly, I'm thinking less than 20 hours. So, that is why I am thinking that, and I've talked to my buddies about this, for our stream this year, you know, we're of course trying to be, you know, first in the world.
incredible.
I think we're gonna honestly try to reach all 55 levels, to reach the max rank in Vanguard before the game comes out locally in the US. I think that's the goal. And of course, if that happens, we don't want to just do like a 15-hour stream or something like that. That's lame. I don't want to just do that. That was real short. That was part of the fun. It was every single year, a new Call of Duty game comes out, you're like, oh yeah, sick, new Call of Duty game. Now I gotta get ready to grind for like a week straight at least. God of 4, friggin' like, see, didn't grind? They had to grind for multiple weeks straight. Which is just insane when I think about it. It's like, freaking crazy, It's always been a tradition every single year. Is, you take off several days of work or school or something like that, and you just play. You're playing, you're trying to grind, get all the way to Master Prestige. But then this year, this is the weakest year we've had yet. Now it's like, okay, you take off one day from work, alright, now I'm max rank. Okay, I guess that's about it, What's the point of me playing it all until Season 1 comes out, until they actually add seasonal prestiges, until I have more than 55 levels to go through? What's the point of me ranking up these weapons? Every time you rank up a weapon, you get player XP. So it's like, okay, I get player XP, but if I'm already level 55, then it doesn't matter. It just goes straight on top. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this system. Honestly, I think, what we're planning on doing is we want to, of course, like I said, we want to get one account, this account right here I'm playing on, get this account to the max level, get it to 55 before the game releases locally in the US, and then we're going to try and do it again on my personal account, and then again on Harrison's personal account. So we're going to try and do it 3 times total. Maybe try and beat each one, see if we can do one faster than the other, and, maybe try and see if we can get the fastest in the world to level 55, like not necessarily the first, but the fastest. So like if we did it in 10 hours or somebody else did it in 12 or something, something like that. I don't know, we'll see, but that way, we're at least streaming for like 2 days or something like that, because honestly, like I said, that's become kind of a tradition. Where it's every single year, you gotta at least do something like that, have a stream more than 15 hours, you gotta have at least over 24 hours, at least. I'm not necessarily looking forward to doing like a 2-week stream, but if it came down to it, yeah, I'd rather do that than just 15 hours. But that's our plan. So that is actually going to start on Thursday morning. So I'm going to put up a scheduled stream on the channel, probably starting, I don't know, Tuesday or something like that. I'm going to schedule a stream on the channel, so you guys will see that in your subscription boxes. There will be a stream set up for that, race to the max rank in Vanguard. It'll show up there. And that'll just be there, so that way you guys know exactly what time we're starting, and pretty much give you all the details, all the information about it, and let you guys know ahead of time, because that's something I feel like we've done in the past kind of poorly. Yeah, we've been doing this every single year, but we don't really let you guys know too much, and so it's usually like, oh, the game releases, and you guys have to check your subscription feed, and you're like, hey, Joel's streaming, he's trying to get to Prestige Master, first in the world. Oh, cool. And it's like nothing we've talked about, so that's kind of one goal. I'm going to try and keep that up in the subscription feed, that way you guys are at least aware, hey, this will be happening, you guys can tune in and check it out, we'll try and be the first. And of course, also with that, we're trying to grind, but that also means we're going to be playing the game 24/7, so we might as well hit each other up and, squad up and play together. I always get messages on Xbox, and just all of my comments and stuff, people saying like, hey, like, will you add me on PlayStation, will you add me on PC, will you add me? I want to be able to play games together, I want to play some zombies together, I want to play multiplayer together. And dude, honestly, I would love that. I love playing with you guys. I pretty much exclusively play solos now. That's almost because nobody plays Call of Duty anymore that I know, which everybody's kind of, kind of burnt out on it. So, yeah, I would love, if you guys are still playing video games and stuff, I'd love to play with you guys. So let's do it, when the game comes out Thursday, Friday, let's squad up and let's play Vanguard and just play it like crazy. And then, of course, we got a new Warzone map coming out. That'll be pretty exciting. I'm going to try and play that a bunch when it comes out. But, yeah, what do I need to do? Revive myself, no more napalm strike ones? Nice, okay. I don't know, so I'm excited for the game. A lot of people are saying that the game's already, like, dead on arrival. I don't necessarily think it's dead on arrival. I just think Vanguard has kind of snuck up on us really quickly. Like, to me, honestly, I'm like, wait. That is this week? Like, Friday? Vanguard is already out? Dang, wow, that seems very soon, but, it makes sense time-wise. It's like, okay, it's actually in November. Alright, cool. I mean, we've had, what, like 2, 3 Call of Duty games that come out in October? I think it was 2. So it's like, wow, okay, this is actually a little bit later than recent years games. Not as much as Cold War. Cold War was like November 12th or something like that, but still, it's like, wow, we had a decent amount of time in here. But yeah, we're already here. People are saying that, wow, okay. Nobody's talking about Vanguard. I don't know about that. I think it'll be, decently popular. People are kind of disappointed with zombies. It doesn't sound like we have a round-based map. I don't really know. I mean, I can't, I obviously can't put any judgment into it yet because I have yet to play it. So that's something we're going to have to reserve to actually, find out when we finally play the game. Gonna try out zombies, play it, find out, hey, is zombies good in this game? Yeah? No? Hey? Is it good? Is it bad? Whatever. So that's something we're gonna have to decide this weekend. I said, dude, that's crazy. Vanguard is out this weekend, dude. How crazy is that? Hey, what up, Lathan? Yo, bro, it's been a freaking fat minute, dude. How you been doing, man? Yeah, though. So this weekend. So like I said, we grinding to be first in the world in Vanguard in multiplayer. And then as soon as we do that, we're going to try and do it on 2 other accounts. And as soon as we do that, then we're probably going to do zombies after that. So if you guys haven't seen yet, the zombies max camo, so the dark aether camo, the final camo for zombies for Vanguard was actually leaks. And it is red. And it looks really good. Now, I don't think I can show it on the stream, but if you guys just even look it up on Twitter, Reddit, anywhere, you guys will be able to find the image super easily. But it's red, so it's dark matter, but red. And honestly, I think it looks really cool. It's actually, wasn't dark matter in Black Ops 4 was red, wasn't it? Hang on. Been doing good, hope you're okay? Yeah, for sure, man. I've been doing pretty good, I've just been working crazy amount of hours. Just doing my thing. Let's see, dark matter, Black Ops 4. Oh, yeah. Here we go. What? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hang on. Whoops. What the heck? How come I can't get this in here? There we go. Alright, check this out. This is what dark matter looked like in Black Ops 4. It was red. Actually looked really sick, this is exactly what the camo looks like in Vanguard. This is the Vanguard Zombies one. This is the multiplayer dark matter for Black Ops 4. It looks exactly like this. So, dude, that's pretty sick. So I think, honestly, as soon as we're done with that, or as soon as we're done getting to the max rank in in Vanguard multiplayer, I think we're gonna straight up just hop over to zombies and try and get this mastery camo in zombies as fast as we can, dude. I mean, because it looks sick. So I think that's the goal, do that, play the game a bunch, and I'm gonna be taking a trip like halfway through November, so I won't be able to stream or really do much during that time, but that's okay. Because as soon as I get back, we're going to be playing a bunch more, playing some more Warzone, and then Season 1 starts, and then we're going to be getting a Warzone map, think what, and then they say we're getting new multiplayer maps. They released a whole roadmap for it, which I'll have a video coming out on the channel, probably like tomorrow or something about that. I hate that glitch, dude. You go up to the crafting table, and it will not let you buy anything, and that has gotten me down a ton of times. Treyarch seriously needs to fix that, but I don't know, part of me thinks they probably never will. I think Treyarch has officially given up on Cold War. They're officially done with supporting it because Treyarch is doing zombies in Vanguard, but it also came out, they announced Treyarch is assisting Sledgehammer in doing the ranked mode for Vanguard, which sounds really interesting. I heard a lot of people talking and saying good things about that. They're really happy about that. It sounds like from everything they're saying about the ranking system, it's going to be really good. People are saying it's probably going to even be better than Black Ops 2's, which that's very optimistic, but I really hope that that'll happen. I think the camo's going to be more dark red. Yeah, I think you're right. That's what it looked like. I think it was on like an STG. It looked like dark red, so dude, I think it'll look like a good camo. Which, I never got the Mastery camos in Modern Warfare. I never really played that game. I didn't care for that game much, but we had, what, like, Damascus was in that one. And then I think even in World War II we had Wasn't it like chrome or something? There was some weird mastery camo in World War II. Treyarch seems to always have done their mastery camos really well, except for in multiplayer in this game. The dark matter in multiplayer looks so weak. It's like a light kind of puke purple. It just looks ugly. Dark matter in zombies, or what do they call it? I think they call it dark aether. It actually looks really good in this game, in zombies at least. So I don't know, man. It'll be kind of interesting. Also, are they gonna add the dark aether, dark matter camo for zombies into Warzone right away? Because I know it took them months to add the dark matter or dark aether camo from Cold War zombies into Warzone. It took them, wasn't it like this summer when they finally did that? I think it was, huh? It was like this summer they finally added it. So if you unlock dark aether in zombies, you can finally use it in Warzone. So I hope they do that as soon as Warzone is integrated with Vanguard Season 1. So in December, I hope you can, right off the bat, use your Vanguard Mastery camo in it. I think that'd be really sweet. I hope they don't take a long time like they do with this game. But yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of excited for the game. I think the campaign's going to be pretty good. We're going to be playing that as soon as the game comes out. That'll be pretty sweet. And yeah, a bunch of stuff, playing zombies, all this stuff, dude. Pretty excited for the game. A lot of people kind of say it's a little meh. I'm not that thrilled for the game, but I think it'll be a good time. So I'm excited to play it. What do you guys think? You know what? We're gonna be able to find out this Friday. That's when everyone's gonna be able to get their hands on the game, start playing it. That's gonna be really sweet, dude. Yeah. So I don't know. Could be a good time. Once again, like I said, we're gonna be streaming 24 hours a day until we hit, the max ranking stuff in Vanguard, as well as probably doing it on multiple accounts because I think we're gonna get to that max rank very quickly. Yeah, I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? I think it'll be a good game. I am definitely looking forward to Halo Infinite, though. I think when Halo Infinite comes out, I might be switching over to that game and playing that quite a bit. I definitely enjoyed the beta quite a bit. I didn't enjoy the beta for Vanguard all that much. I was like, wasn't terribly impressed by it. Oh wait, we have, Battlefield 2042 coming out halfway through November, too. So yeah, maybe as soon as I get back from my trip, I'll start playing that, see how that game is. Of course, you have to give it a chance. You gotta at least try it. You can't just like completely crap on a game and not even try it. Alright, come on. Down me by myself. Get progress for that challenge. Boom. There we go. Now I'm dead. But yeah, guys, I don't know. Should be kind of fun. Play some Battlefield. Then December, we got Halo coming out. That'll be pretty cool, guys. I don't know. It'll be an exciting rest of the year, though. That's for sure. At least those 3 games. We got a new Pokemon game coming out, so I'll play that. And that comes out when I get back on my trip. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. That's about... Oh, the new Forza game. I want to play that new Forza game, too. Play that for a couple days. I don't know. So, at least I'll be streaming a bunch of those things on the channel, that's for sure. I'll be streaming. I'll try and stream like every day. Of course, like I've mentioned multiple times now, you guys are probably sick of it. I'm going on a trip for a little bit in November, so I won't be able to stream. I'll still try and post videos, but I definitely won't be streaming. But then when I get back, I think honestly what I want to try and do for the rest of the year is I would like to try and stream every day if I can. If not every day, then at least like every other day. I want to try and stream more, because like I mentioned earlier, dude, I've streamed probably less than, I could probably count it on less than 2 hands the amount of times I've streamed this year. And I don't know. I mean, Cold War's not a bad game necessarily. I just haven't really enjoyed it all that much. It's alright. Zombies has been alright. It's not been my favorite, but honestly this year, I don't know. I've just been doing other things. I've been working a bunch, and just kind of focus on things other than games, because, I don't know, it's kind of been a boring year for games, in all honesty. Warzone's been boring. There's a lot of hackers and cheaters and stuff in that, so they're finally adding the anti-cheat for that. That'll be pretty cool. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to get back into Warzone, start playing Warzone again. I think
that'd be nice. And yeah, I think we're gonna start doing that right up with the beginning of the launch of season 1. So I think we're gonna try that out. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? It'll be kind of exciting. What do I got left? I'll use RPD. I'll do it on Forsaken. But I don't know, guys. Should be an interesting rest of the year. What do we got like coming up next year? Next year we got the new Modern Warfare game, Modern Warfare 2. We have a few leaks about that, which I will be covering in some videos coming up later on the channel, so watch out for that. But yeah, new Modern Warfare game coming out later next year. We got new content for Halo Infinite. We got the co-op campaign mode. We got Forge. That stuff's gonna be coming up next year. I don't know. Could be kind of interesting. I'm sure Battlefield's gonna have new stuff. There's all this talk about Halo Infinite, needing a battle royale. I don't know about that. I'm kind of about that.
Maxis did it. Team is through. They're ready to go.
Like, I don't think it needs a battle royale, to be honest. I mean, you got people like Dr. Disrespect saying, oh, Halo Infinite needs a battle royale or else the game's going to be dead after 3 weeks. I don't think so. I think every game kind of has that happen. Every game is, quote-unquote dead after 3 weeks. It literally happens with every single game. A new game comes out, a new Call of Duty game comes out, a new Pokemon game comes out, a new Smash Bros. Comes out. Freaking any game comes out, it is, like, if it's a yearly release, essentially, if it's something, not random, like out of the blue, like, say, Fortnite or Minecraft or something like that, there will be a huge influx of players right off the bat, and then of course it'll dwindle down. There's almost never any game that has more players post-launch than it does when it first comes out. Now, certain battle royales are kind of the exception, but you look at, like, say, Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 had the most players when it launched than it ever did. It never reached more players in its life cycle than it did when it launched. That's just how it happens. It happens with every single game. It happens with Assassin's Creed. There's more people playing Assassin's Creed the day it releases than there will ever be ever after. It's just how it works. It's the new flavor of the month. People try it out. They beat it. They get bored of it. Another new game comes out, and they start playing that. You're not going to keep everybody's attention 100% of the time, all the time, basically. You're just not going to do that. Yeah, you might have a game like Warzone that still keeps millions of people every day, but you're going to have ups and downs and stuff. You're going to have more people playing when a new season comes out than you are, like, 3/4 of the way through a season. That's just how it works. You're going to have certain points where you have more people playing, certain points where you have less people playing. It also, it's kind of interesting. Battlefront 2 is kind of the exception to that rule. Battlefront 2, it of course had a good launch, but it was very controversial when it launched. And then it actually, they finally made a bunch of changes to the game and stuff, and really just changed the game for the better. It's definitely, I think, a lot better now. And it's honestly a solid, great game. And I think it was the community manager, he was saying that the game, like, in 2018 or 19 or something like that, it had almost as many people playing, like, online concurrently as it did when it very first launched. So I don't think it beat when it first came out at launch, but it was actually up there quite a bit. It was, like, right up there, which is because the game got pretty much a huge update, got pretty much revamped. So everybody came back to give it a chance, and everybody loved it. So that's great. But still, I mean, that's just pretty much how it goes. Every game has the most people when it first comes out, and then not so much after that. It always dwindles off. That's how it goes with every game, so it'll always go every time. But that's what they're saying about Halo Infinite. Circling back to the point, people are saying, oh, Halo Infinite, it's going to die after 3 weeks because it doesn't have a battle royale. It doesn't need a battle royale. There's even specific battle royale games out there that literally release with only a battle royale and nothing else. And those come out, and those are popular for like 2 weeks, and then everybody forgets about them. Because honestly, battle royales are kind of overdone. And you could kind of say that about arena PvPs, like 6v6s or whatever, or even 4v4s, like this style of first-person shooter. I mean, Halo is not new. It's been around for 20 years. So you might say the same thing, oh, it's the same thing. But it's also kind of not. If you played the beta in Halo Infinite, you don't realize, dude, it's different than classic Halo, but it also still feels like it. It's great. I love it. But you could definitely tell that the developers actually definitely cared about 4v4 and about like local PvP multiplayer. They cared about it. If you look at like a new Call of Duty game, it definitely feels like, say with Cold War, they didn't really care as much about multiplayer as I think they have in the past. Like Black Ops 2, heck, even Black Ops 3. Dude, it seems like they were very passionate about multiplayer. And then we got to like Black Ops 4, and they were kind of starting to drift off a little bit. But especially in Cold War, it seems like they lost almost all passion for multiplayer with Cold War. And that's not to discredit any of the developers' work. I know there's a lot of people who worked on it, and I'm sure a lot of them were very passionate about it, gave it their all. And of course, you know, it also was developed during COVID, so it also could explain some of the decisions behind it and stuff. But I'm sure even through COVID, there were people who were working very hard, trying to give it their all, trying to make multiplayer in Cold War the absolute best that it could be. I think objectively, it's just not as good as, say, Black Ops 2. But you also kind of have to look at the circumstances. Maybe it's because we're burnt out on it by now. I don't know. We haven't had a break from a Call of Duty game ever. You know, I think they should have done that last year, or even this year. They should have taken a break for a year for Call of Duty. Why not do that? They honestly, they 100% could have done that last year, because last year they introduced Warzone. Yeah, technically 2019 was Modern Warfare. 2020 is when Warzone came out. Did you also have to release Cold War in 2020? You know, you didn't have to do that. You could have released Cold War this year in 2021. Give it an extra year of development. I think this game would have definitely benefited a lot from that extra year. Like, a lot. It would have been fantastic for this game. I'm sure we would have gotten more than one zombies map at launch. We would have gotten more zombies content throughout the season. I'm sure we probably, you know, they would have been able to work out the Warzone map. There was supposed to be a Treyarch Warzone map this year. We didn't end up getting it. For one reason or another, it got canned. It was essentially going to be Blackout 2. It ended up getting canned. The whole map is in the game. That's where we got all the fire team maps. That's where we got all of the outbreak maps. It's just little sections of the new Battle Royale map. It's literally just like little cut-up sections of it. That's where all that came from. Because they put all that work into making a new map, instead of adding it into Warzone for some reason. Instead, they decided not to make it a Warzone map. Instead, we're like, well, we can't let all this work and all this, you know, the hours and all this time and money we spent on this go to waste. So we might as well turn it into a little bit of multiplayer and a little bit of zombies. At least try and get some use out of it. Which, like I said, I think they would have gotten an extra year of development. I think they would have been able to fix that, and they would have actually had it be Warzone. Because this year we're getting a World War II Warzone map, we're getting a Vanguard Warzone map, which is great. You know, it's great that we're finally getting new maps. You know, we should have gotten that all a long time ago, but, you know, for some reason here we are, finally getting what was almost essentially our first new map. Because, yeah, we had Verdansk. Verdansk was the new one. That was the new one for, you know, for Warzone when it came out. And then we had, what, Alcatraz? That was literally just a cut and paste from Blackout. You know, didn't change almost anything with that. Like, okay. And then what, we had like Verdansk 1984. Okay, it's literally the same map. They just did minor changes to it. There was no new map. We're not even getting a new map until December. That's when we're finally getting our first new map for Warzone. The game's been out for what, a year and a half now? Like I said, I think they should have delayed this game and just put all focus into Warzone this last year. All focus into it. You know, they could have implemented an anti-cheat earlier. They could have implemented a new map. Could have done a lot of stuff with Warzone. And honestly, I don't know. I think their profits, I don't think would have changed all that much. You know? I don't know. At least that's just my 2 cents. I think they should have taken a year off. It would have benefited this game greatly, not even just development, but I also think the community reception of this game would have been a lot better as well. Because, you know, you would have had a year off. Where it's like, okay, great. You know, we've had a giant break from the game. It's been 2 years since we've had a freaking, like, local PvP 6v6 multiplayer. Now I actually really want to play it. Instead, it's literally every single year we get a new one. And it seems like every year they kind of get lazier and lazier with them. And there's just not as much effort put in. You can tell the developers weren't as passionate as they once were, and it, you know, it seems like every year it's like, oh, well, this game is definitely not as good as the last one. And there might be some truth to that. Some of that might just be the COD cycle, but I think there is some truth to that. I think every year they kind of stray a little bit further and further away from what made 6v6 multiplayer how good, you know, it once was. Say like Black Ops 1, COD 4, even Black Ops 2. You know, it seems like they've really kind of lost, I don't know, the edge. They've lost the passion for it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but at least that's my opinion on that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Think I'm telling the truth? Think I'm lying? Is that fair to say at all? I mean, it's not necessarily fair to say that they've lost all passion for it, because I know, like I mentioned, the developers have worked very hard on it, and you know, I applaud them for that. I think they've done, you know, a great job with it. I just think it could have been better, and I think everybody would agree with that. I think it could have been better. And I'm sure the developers would agree. It could have been better. But of course, like I mentioned, there was external circumstances maybe preventing that. They had a shorter development time, and they also had to develop the game during COVID, like had to work remotely. They could not be locally in the office. Another thing I totally realized the other day, which I like hadn't thought of until that very moment, is we have not gotten a special edition of a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 4. Or sorry, Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was the last one. We did not get a special edition for Cold War, and we are not getting a special edition for Vanguard, which is very strange. I know it's the first time in forever since we've had that happen. Like what? We had World at War. I actually have it somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. Check it out. Right there. Oh, there we go. There's a better look. World at War came with a freaking little, like, metal tin, metal case, and it came with a canteen. Check that out. It says World at War on it. How sick is that? It's a freaking metal canteen. Fits the World War II aesthetic. That's freaking awesome. Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2, we had night vision goggles. How freaking sick is that? It fits Modern Warfare 2 perfectly. Black Ops 1, we had an RCXD. Holy crap, how awesome is that? Modern Warfare 3 didn't have a special edition necessarily, but it had a limited edition Xbox 360, which was really cool. Okay, we also had like the hardened edition, so you at least kind of got something. Then after that, we had Black Ops 2, which came with a freaking quad rotor drone. It came with a freaking drone. How sick is that? And it came in a Black Ops 2 care package. That's fantastic. Okay, and then what do we have after that? Then we had Ghost. Ghost came with what, that camera, that like tactical camera. Okay, that's kind of lame. Advanced Warfare. Did Advanced Warfare come with anything? I know it had like the Atlas Pro Edition. I don't think it came with anything physical, but there was a limited edition Xbox One console. Okay, Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 had a limited edition PS4, and it also had the Juggernaut fridge. How freaking sick is that? A Juggernaut fridge. It's the first time we got like a zombie-specific edition thing. That's freaking awesome. What do we have after that? We had Infinite Warfare. I don't think we had anything for Infinite Warfare. And then we had what? World War II. World War II, I don't think had anything except, wait, you guys can see it here. Now this isn't like the special edition. I think this is just kind of some like random thing. It doesn't come with a copy of the game. It's just like a bonus crate thing. But I ended up buying that. And then after that we had Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, dude. Let me grab it. You know what? Let me grab it. Let me show you guys. Might as well. I'm gonna have to move some stuff. Alright, I got it. There we go. Kind of hard to grab. Bam! Check it out! It's a freaking mystery box from Black Ops 4. And it opens up and it makes sounds as a steelbook. Holy freaking crap. It's a freaking mystery box from Black Ops 4. How cool is that as a special edition? That's awesome, right? And then, the final special edition we've ever gotten so far to date is this. Oh, it's freaking breaking. It's freaking night vision goggles. I like how dusty it is. You like this? But they actually work. They're actual night vision goggles, just like the Modern Warfare 2 ones. How sick is that? They're night vision goggles. It's a special edition of Modern Warfare that has night vision goggles. That is awesome. There we go. Back in place. But yeah. Like, how sick is all of this, dude? Yeah, let me see if I can move something so I can display it behind me. How cool is all that? You know? Like, freaking awesome. Over there, I know you guys can't see it, but I have the Ellie statue. It's a special edition of Last of Us 2. I freaking love it when games have special editions. They're awesome. But for some reason, Call of Duty's like, we can just do away with that. We don't have to do any special editions ever again. It's like, why? Like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. They don't even have a new console. They don't have a new special edition console. They didn't have a new special edition Cold War console. They don't have a new special edition Vanguard console. So it's not like they're even doing a console instead of a special edition. But look at that! Look at the freaking mystery box, dude! How cool is that thing? Freaking A. I don't know, man. What a joke. Honestly, this is why I'm saying, dude, it definitely seems like they're... Oh. Let me go back here. It honestly seems like they had more effort put into the older games than they do the newer ones. The newer ones have, what, 3 years of development? Not so much anymore. Now we're going back to 2 for some reason, and it's all weird and trash. Not necessarily, I think only Treyarch has really gotten the freaking bum end of the stick. And Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer kind of got the bum end of the stick this year, too. But Infinity Ward got 3 years with Modern Warfare, and they're also getting another 3 years with Modern Warfare 2. So I'm sure those games are going to turn out a lot better because they had more time in development. But, yeah. I don't know. It seems like with all this kind of stuff, they put more effort into the previous games, say Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, where they had 2 years development. They literally released a game, and they had 2 years, like almost to the date, to when they had to ship the next game. So within those 2 years, they had to come up with 3 modes. They had to come up with a brand new campaign, and the campaigns were freaking awesome back then. I'm not saying that the newer campaigns aren't good. I think that Modern Warfare's campaign was actually really solid and was one of the better ones we've had in a long time. And even Cold War's campaign was actually pretty solid too. I don't think it was great, but I don't think it was bad. And yeah, they got to come up with a whole new campaign. They got to come up with a new multiplayer, new 6v6, new maps, new modes, everything, new weapons, all that stuff, and then a new zombies mode. They got to do all this stuff in 2 freaking years. Back Black Ops 1, dude, that had one of the best multiplayers of all time, one of the best campaigns of all time, and one of the best zombies of all time. They followed it up with Black Ops 2, one of the best campaigns of all time, the best multiplayer of all time, at least in my opinion. Black Ops 2 was peak COD multiplayer, and zombies, which... Was it the best zombies of all time? It's up there. It's definitely top 2 or 3. But, I don't know. I think Black Ops 2's saving grace is definitely Mob of the Dead and Origins. Which, this is a total topic for another video. Whereas this one's the stream. But, you know, you've got Black Ops 1, where you got Kino, 5, Dead Ops Arcade, Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, and Moon. And then you added the World at War maps. You had Noct, Verrucht, Shinonuma, and Darius, all in one game. How freaking sick is that? Now Black Ops 2, Transit, Farm, Bus Depot, Town, It introduced a new mode to zombies, introduced Turn and Grief. That was pretty cool. Then you had Die Rise. It's alright. Not the greatest zombies map. Mob of the Dead? Oh my god, dude. That, like, absolutely, that is top 5 of all time, maybe top 3. And then you had Buried, which was actually really good. I really enjoyed Buried. Definitely a lot better than Transit and Die Rise, but still not one of my all-time favorites, but still really good. And then Origins. It seems like Treyarch really hit their stride past DLC 2. DLC 2, 3, and 4, Black Ops 2, they knocked it out of the park. Okay, so Black Ops 2 Zombies were actually really solid. Great. They did all that in 2 years. Plus, they had a special edition of the game. They had that quad rotor drone and all that stuff. They managed to squeeze all that in 2 years. How'd they do that, man? How did they do that? How did Treyarch do that? That's what I want to know. How did they do that in 2 years? How'd they make Modern Warfare 2 in 2 years? How'd they do that? Probably, what, top 2? The second best Call of Duty game of all time? Maybe top 1? Depending on who you're talking to? This is why I need to do a tier list of all the Call of Duty games, and also I need to do a tier list of zombies, and dude, I really need to get an official video out for me of where I rank every Call of Duty game, every zombies map, everything. So maybe I'll probably do that here up on the channel. That'll be a video for while I'm on my vacation. I'll end up doing that. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, check that out. But yeah. Hey, I'm new. What's up, bro? What's up, Flan Plays? How's it going, man? How you doing? Oh, what should I do for my third? I guess stim shot? Or I guess I gotta do frag. I'll do frag. I'm gonna get cruise missile kills. Alright. Cool. I'm gonna do Forsaken again. But yeah, I don't know. Somehow they managed to squeeze all that into 2 years. Whereas now it's like, okay, yeah, they technically, you know, I don't know, say Black Ops 4, they had 3 years. Multiplayer was really solid in Black Ops 4. I don't think it was better than Black Ops 2, but it was definitely a solid Black Ops game. Okay. And then you had zombies. They had freaking a ton of zombies maps, which I guess, you know. Alright, but Black Ops 4 is a bad comparison. You compare that to Black Ops Cold War. Right? It's kind of a cheap shot with Cold War, though, because, like we said, COVID, they also only had like a year and a half of development. This game went through development hell. Like, absolute development hell. It was halfway through Black Ops 4 when they got the memo, hey, you guys are going to have to create a new Black Ops game and come up with it friggin' like next year. Like, what the hell? Like, this game was just freaking trash from the get-go. They had, oh hey, there's an intel. They had freaking bum luck with this game. It was what, like halfway through, I think it was like June or something of what, 2019? About June of 2019, they got the memo, hey Treyarch, you guys essentially have to stop all work on Black Ops 4, or just about almost all of it, and you guys have to instead pretty much now focus essentially all your efforts on a new game. So they kind of left behind like a skeleton crew to focus on Black Ops 4, and so that's why with like the last, what, 2 maps we got with Black Ops 4 Zombies, you know, we got Alpha, Omega, and Tagger Tote, and those ones were remakes. And then we also got, like, what, those weak cutscenes? They weren't cutscenes like they were in Black Ops 3 Zombies. And we had, what, news that the Zombies budget for Black Ops 4 got slashed, which was really odd considering these games make billions of dollars. How does the budget get slashed? Like, this isn't like your local school district. This is a multi-billion-dollar video game. How does your budget get slashed? Like, what, you got your budget slashed from, like, 700 million down to, like, 400 million? Like, I don't understand. But somehow it happened, so that's a thing. But, yeah. So they pretty much had to leave a skeleton crew with Black Ops 4. We didn't get much content in the way of, like, Blackout, or even multiplayer, or zombies and stuff, like, halfway through that game's development. Which sucks, but it's understandable, because, you know, you heard all the leaks, you heard all the news releases and stuff, all the articles that came out. Treyarch was pushed up a year, and essentially had to deliver a new Call of Duty game a year ahead of schedule. Because they were used to doing 3 years of development. They did 3 years of Black Ops 3, they did 3 years of Black Ops 4. They were planning on doing 3 years with Black Ops 5 or Cold War. They were planning on doing 3 years with this game. Instead, alright, bam. Now you got a year less, right? So, alright, now you got 2 years. They really only had a year and a half when they went full force on the game. They had to go full force starting summer of 2019. Okay, then you had 6 months. Modern Warfare came out. Bam, Modern Warfare, great. Well, not saying Modern Warfare 3, but you know what I mean. New Call of Duty game, awesome. And then for some reason they started developing Warzone instead of changing anything and basically continuing on with Blackout, which I still think to this day is one of the dumbest decisions. Why do we have 2 separate, actually technically 3 separate battle royales? Because COD Mobile has a battle royale. Why do we have 3 separate battle royales within the COD series? Why don't we have one battle royale with different maps? Wouldn't that make the most sense? Right? You would think so? You'd think that would make sense? You know? Hey, what's the point of having multiple battle royales in separate games if they're not all the same? It's just dumb. So, that's once again another topic for another video. I'm very opinionated on Call of Duty these days. Before now, it was like, hey, this game is actually really good, or this game is a little bit, better than this other game. Now it's like, oh my god, Call of Duty making stupid ass decisions. They suck. All these new things just suck. Yeah, I'm just becoming more cynical. I don't know. But, yeah. And then, they were developing the game for, 8 months till about February? And then, of course, everything just went down the shitter because the world closed down due to COVID. And so, no more working in the office for you, Treyarch. Everybody has to work from home. Which, I'm sure that definitely took several weeks to finally get back up to kind of, at least, semi-productive status where, okay, now you gotta send everybody home. Okay, now you gotta figure out how everybody's gonna work from home. How are we gonna, we gotta ship all our, work computers to everybody, we gotta get, secure servers and stuff set up, we gotta get a way for everybody to, hop on calls, conference calls together and still collaborate between, different artists, team leads and stuff. I'm sure it was probably, a 3-week process before they really got up to, I don't know, even 50% productivity again. So then they had that, and then of course, I don't blame them for not having a special edition of the game last year for Black Ops Cold War because of the pandemic. It probably would have been hard to find some kind of thing to manufacture. Oh no, who's missing this damn thing? I'm sure we'd find, some little toy, essentially, whether it's a mystery box or a freaking night vision goggles. It probably would have been hard to find some company to subcontract out and be like, hey, look, can you guys manufacture a mystery box for us? We'll throw up the designs, you guys just mass produce them and get it out to market for us by this day. I'm sure it would have been pretty difficult to do that, so I don't blame them for last year. I do blame them for this year, though, because the pandemic is, depending who you talk to, it's over. People are back at work. There's a vaccine now, all sorts of stuff, so there's production again. Production has started again. You can buy things now. So why didn't we get a special edition of Vanguard? I don't know. Treyarch really got a bum hand. They got a year less in development. And they also they had to deal with COVID. Which, honestly, dude, it's just one of those things. It's like Marvel's What If. Their TV show is like, what if Treyarch had 3 years of development for Cold War? What if? It's just one of those things we can only really speculate. We can only guess how much different this game would have been, how much better it would have been, what kind of content we would have gotten with it, all kinds of stuff. We can only guess what would have been different with this game had we had 3 years of development. I don't know. Like I said, we can only guess. There's no definitive way to answer any of that. And that's another thing too, is I wish Call of Duty developers and Activision would let the developers talk more openly about their experience with these games. I wish Treyarch could come out and give us, I gotta kind of preface this. I know why they don't. I know why you wouldn't want to just spoil everything, as soon as the game comes out, to say, oh man, we had such a shitty development on this game, when that development only happened 6 months ago. I get why you'd want to have some kind of buffer there. But even still, it seems like, you know, we still don't have like full stories, full like video, you know, stuff on, say, like development of like Black Ops 3. It's just kind of like stuff like that, where like, I mean, they did that back with like Halo 2. Like, they have like documentaries about Halo 2's development. We know Halo 2 went through development hell. We know that. It was also documented in various ways. But they were open about it, and they let us know. They were like, hey, yeah, I know, like, here was the deal. Here's actually what went on. Instead, Call of Duty developers, which I don't necessarily think is a fault of their own, I think it's because of Activision, they cannot talk about any troubles they had during development. They can't really talk about development at all. I want to hear the behind-the-scenes stuff. I want to hear what happened. Treyarch, let us know. What happened with this game? Why did you make certain decisions? Why are certain things the way they are? Just, I wish they could be more open. You know, that's what I like seeing with some of these other developers. Because other developers for other games are like, hey, here's what happened. We had to delay a game because of this reason. Here's why. Instead, with like a Call of Duty game, they had to, I mean, they wouldn't delay a Call of Duty game. That's because of Activision, you know, all the stupid decisions they make. But if they did develop or delay a game, I kind of highly doubt that Activision or the developers would say why. You know, they wouldn't go into details. If they had to cut a mode, you know? Like, say with Halo Infinite, they had to delay Halo Infinite. They were very open about why they delayed Halo Infinite. They were saying, like, basically, we don't feel like we can meet fans' expectations with this game. So we're going to be giving it a year of additional development. You know, everybody clowned on Halo Infinite for its graphics and Craig, and how it looks and all sorts of stuff. They were even saying, they were saying something about how, what, multiplayer wasn't going to be added or something like that? Wasn't that it? I think that was it, right? Multiplayer wasn't even going to be on the game at launch? So it was only going to be a campaign when it came out, right? Isn't it? I swear that's what the case was with Halo Infinite. But anyways, it was something like that. They released very open. Of course, the community backlash was like, no. Delay it. Like, come on. And so they did, which I very much respect. But for some reason, Call of Duty developers cannot do that, and I suspect Activision is holding them back, saying, look, do not share anything about development, do not, you know, do any of this. We have to do everything through official press releases. The developers can't really just hop on Twitter and go, hey, look guys, this is what happened, you know? Like, that's one thing I do love about 343 is I follow a bunch of the developers from 343, and they will post something about it, you know? When they announced that Forge was being delayed, the developers are like, yeah, sorry, we know this is like a big letdown, but hey, what do you guys want? You guys want us to delay the game again? We figure, you know, we'll try and give it our best. They released open and honest about it. Call of Duty? Not a peep. The developers, like, I don't think they can hardly say jack about their games. You know, they can only pretty much go through official press releases, which is kind of sad. I feel like as a developer, I would love to be able to share more about my experiences with games and stuff, but I'm sure all the devs, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, everybody's under like massive NDAs to not share stuff about the game. You can't share what went on in development. You can't share about any upcoming things. You can't hint at new things. You can't leak any new things. Instead, we have to do that all through official channels. I don't know. I mean, they kind of, Call of Duty and at least Activision has kind of embraced some of that stuff in recent years. Like, what, Vanguard's trailer, wasn't it? It was leaked, right? It was leaked like a day or two or like a little while early. The name of the game was leaked early. And so Activision actually posted something on like the official Call of Duty Twitter. And they're like, hey, like, whoops, sorry. Like, sucks the game got leaked, but hey. You know, they kind of made a joke about it, which I love. I'm like, dude, why can't you guys do that stuff more often? Like, if something gets leaked, at least acknowledge it. Half the time, what we've been dealing with, you know, prior to that, is something would get leaked from the game files. People are like, oh my gosh, there's a new zombies map coming in, it's this. Now Activision would just go, nope, DMCA everybody. No, that's not happening. They would not even acknowledge it. They would just copyright strike everybody. And it's like, I think that's, honestly, in my opinion, I think that's the wrong way to handle things. I think you need to acknowledge it, have some fun with your community. Go, yeah, it sucks. We don't like leaks. We hate it when stuff gets leaked, but It got leaked. It is what it is. We got to deal with it. Let's just make light of it, make a joke about it, and move on. Instead, Activision seems to go the complete opposite route. Seems to dump gasoline on the fire by copyright striking people and issuing DMCA takedowns and all sorts of stuff. Remember Warzone? How Activision refused to talk about Warzone until literally the day it came out? Remember that? Remember how crazy that was? People actually glitched, not on purpose. Modern Warfare glitched. There was glitches in Modern Warfare where you would accidentally get put into Warzone. Now, you wouldn't publicly search with other players, but you could explore the Warzone map. You could explore Verdansk in a private match before the game was even announced. And people, of course, they got in on accident and they recorded it. They're like, hey, there's a freaking battle royale in this game. They posted to YouTube and Activision go, strike it down. DMCA takedown. Nope, we don't have a battle royale. No. And then 2 days later, they're like, hey, surprise, we got a battle royale. It's like, what? Why would you do that? You know, like they were trying to keep it a secret? But it was also well known. It was leaked back the summer prior, summer of 2019. It was leaked. Modern Warfare is going to have a new battle royale. We already knew that. We knew that. We've been known that for 9 months. It was no secret. We knew that people had even played the game. We knew people had played Warzone. We knew the day it was going to come out. It was leaked. It was like, hey, Warzone is going to come out March 13th or something like that. We knew the date. But Activision was like, no, you don't know anything. No, we don't have a battle royale. The only battle royale we have is Blackout. And then the very next day they go, oh, surprise, we have battle royale. It's called Warzone. It's like, what? I don't know, dude. I have a lot of complaints about the way Call of Duty is being run these days. I still love the franchise. I just wish things were different. There's more open communication. I wish the developers were more open and honest about things. I wish some of the business practices weren't being handled this way. But I still love the franchise deep down. I still love it. I want to see it succeed. I love that Warzone is the most popular game in the world right now. I think that's fantastic. I love seeing new people come into Call of Duty. I love the franchise so much. I want to see the franchise succeed. That's why I'm so harsh on it. Because I want to see it succeed. So I don't know. That's my gripe. Those are my rants. You know, I ranted for what? What have I ranted for now? I've ranted for an hour and a half now. Jeez. Well, I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. That's where we're gonna stop for tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back streaming tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night, like I mentioned earlier, first thing in the stream, in case you missed that, I'm going to probably stream Onslaught. Onslaught is releasing tomorrow for Xbox and PC. Probably going to play a couple rounds of that, as well as I think we're going to hop over into some Warzone, and we're going to try and get some of these challenges here for the Haunting in Warzone. So I think we're going to try for some of that tomorrow, so it should be pretty exciting. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, tune back for tomorrow for that, and I'll see you guys back here then. Take care, guys. Love ya. Thanks for tuning in while you could. Peace.